Hey, you guys, welcome to our Friday afternoon broadcast. Thank you so much for jumping on with us, whether you're joining us on the live broadcast or the rebroadcast, or you're catching this on my YouTube channel. We always appreciate you stopping by. Please take a second, if you haven't already done so, to hit that subscribe button and notification bell on YouTube, and that like button, and set yourself up for notifications on Facebook. That way you'll be notified when we go live or upload new content. Today, Michael and I are going to be sharing with you some of the things that we have done over the course of the last year or so to really up our game with our health and fitness plan and setting goals for ourselves. And Michael's going to more specifically break down some of the things that he has changed this year to really take his health and fitness to a new level. If you're catching us live, we always love you guys jumping in on the conversation with us. So please do us a favor and leave a comment in the comment section if you are jumping on live. And if you have any questions about fasting, feasting, or fitness, we would love to be able to answer those for you while we're here. So 2018 was a big year for us. We made a lot of really great changes in our, I guess, overall health and well-being, and we really have stepped into that next level and phase of what we like to call maturity. With our fasting, we've been supplementing in new ways this year, which we've really been benefiting from, and we've changed a lot of what we have been doing with our fitness compared to what we used to do in our past. And a lot of that has really just been because of some mind shift changes that we've made and some studying that we've been doing and experimenting. I just recently finished getting my running coach certification, so we have been really applying a lot of those principles and what we know about fasting and exercising and how to supplement correctly. So Michael, why don't you start us off with sharing what it is that you kind of realized in 2018 and how it is that you have made some adaptations and some changes and what those results have been for you.
Well, first, let me go back to 2017. 2017, I just got bored with everything, with my workouts. Nothing was really clicking. And what I realized was I didn't do what we're accustomed to doing as a family, what we've always done, and that's setting goals and planning. So I was just kind of going through I was already bored with the workouts that I was doing, and I was just kind of going through the motions. So I realized in 2017, that's when I started intermittent fasting. I wanted to see how that felt, and I didn't feel confident about working out doing that anyway. And then towards the end of 2017 is when I got back to, okay, let's map it out. Let's plan it out and set some goals about what we're going to do. So that's what we did at the end of 2017. And this year has been an amazing year, wouldn't you say,
yes,
for our workouts?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's been off the charts. And I'll share with you some of the things that I did that I planned out. And that was one of the things I wanted to do. I wanted to up my cardio, because I didn't have anything. I haven't had anything for several years that I was like doing consistently with cardio, especially after I went through the plantar fasciitis with my feet. I kind of stopped the cardio, like outdoor running and everything. So my brilliant wife came up with an amazing concept for F3, fitness, fasting,
fitness.
Fasting, fitness.
Feasting, fitness.
Fasting, feasting, fitness.
We call it the trifecta.
F3. That's all I know.
Trifecta.
F3. So that really helped me a lot. And it actually helped me pull back because I kind of jump into stuff and I just go all out. And it helped me really pull back on my workouts, especially with cardio, and focus more on some heart rate zone training and some things that, you know, at our age we should really be focusing on and not.
Let me stop you there for just a second. So one of the things that we really teach in our F3, the Fasting, Feasting, Fitness course, is going back to the whys we exercise and hows in which we exercise, so to speak. So we, in the health and fitness industry, and what I used to coach as a health and fitness coach, was this concept or this mindset of you work out to correct something you've done. So you're always chasing a weight loss, or you're always chasing a muscle gain. And we don't think about some of the other key benefits of what moving and physical fitness and increasing your heart rate and getting a good sweat on can do for us. And when we start to think, and we change our mindset to how fitness will benefit us moving forward, so all the gains we're going to get from it, as opposed to making up for lost time, it really does change the way we exercise and how we approach it from the mental and emotional standpoint, because we're human. And even though we've been teaching this and support this for a very long time in our lives, you get to that point where you're like, I don't feel like working out, or you feel like working out is that thing that's a chore, or I have to work out. And when you change your mindset and start thinking about the physiological things that happen, how you can fix your brain, how you'll be able to have functional fitness throughout your life to carry you through to do all the things and live out all the things that you're working so hard to be able to do as you get older, your mindset changes and your vocabulary changes. So instead of I have to work out, you start saying to yourself, I have the opportunity to go move my body. And I think for us, that was a big change in the fact that we're not working out anymore to correct something bad we did, like overeating or having an indulgent kind of weekend. But we think now of fitness as, where will it take me tomorrow? Mm-hmm. Where will it take me a month from now? Where will I be 5 years from now if I, with time and consistency, stick to my plan?
Yeah, yeah. And that's one of the things, getting to the why of, why are you working out, or why do you want to get to a next level? And sometimes it's just pure vanity reasons. I know it was for me. I mean, speaking for myself, it was always, hey, I want to get bigger, be stronger, look good. And I think that just kind of comes as, it just naturally comes if you do what it is that you're supposed to be doing, that you plan to do, and you set goals for your fitness. That stuff's going to come. Like, a lot of people want to lose weight. I mean, that's their big focus, is losing weight, and the weight just comes off. I mean, I went from when I started about 210, I'm down to about 194, and I've never been focused on what is the scale doing, what's my weight. But it just came with the territory.
And when you don't focus on weight, and that the same thing happened to me when I was my first year of intermittent fasting. It took me a year to lose 13 pounds, but when I stopped focusing on losing weight and I started focusing on healing my body, it seemed like it came off like literally overnight. When I was watching it every minute and managing the scale, it seemed like it was never coming off. And that was a really big thing for us to change as well, was really focusing on making it something bigger than just a weight loss. And I think that was a big change for you too, right, Michael?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did
Go
we
ahead.
Lose our screen
No, we're good.
here?
We're good, I think. Go ahead.
Yeah. And that was something I did a lot in the past, was focusing on, like, what am I going to do to shed these pounds? And then I shifted from that to, sticking to my plan and knowing exactly what it is I'm going to do, especially when we came up with the plan of, fasting, feasting, and fitness. And that kind of scared me at first, like, how am I going to fast and then go into a workout? And, some of the changes that we made to burn fat, not be sugar burners anymore, but to actually be fat burners. So doing that, it was definitely a mental shift. But saying that, it's been a great shift, because it's a whole new we're in a whole new territory, and it's just been absolutely amazing. Okay,
so share a little bit too about, so we've changed our mindset about how and why we work out. So we're no longer doing it to make,
our screen's not up.
It doesn't matter, it's right there. About what we used to do. So we used to do it to make up for lost time, and now we're doing it to think about how we have gains going forward. What other ways have you changed in how you attack a workout? So Do you approach your workout in a different way? I know for me, I used to think I had to kill it every time, and I used to engage in exercise programs that didn't really bring me joy, but I felt like I kind of had to do it because everybody said you were supposed to do it. What has that done for you in the way you're exercising as well, and in reaching the goals that you want to reach?
Well, I don't feel that way anymore. I mean, there's days, trust me, that I go in and I feel like, hey, I'm gonna kill it today.
Right.
And it's okay to have those days, but it's definitely changed for me that now I know it's okay to pull back. And I think that's something you had to convince me of, because I always go in like, oh, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna kill it, and you know, that's not necessarily always what you want to do. I mean, because we've learned all kinds of stuff about, you know, lactic threshold and all kinds of stuff that you want to be aware of, because you can't get to the next level if you're not aware of lactic threshold and what you need to do to
deplete your glycogen.
You know, there's a lot of things that you should be focusing on to get to the next level. You're not going to get there if you're burning yourself out.
Right.
And we've seen so many people that they totally burn themselves and they can't figure out, why can I not get to this next level? I can't get there because you're just burning yourself out, you know, and you can't take a breath and step back and build yourself up. Sometimes you have to step back to step up.
Right. Okay. So let's go back to helping someone try to develop a plan for 2019. Let's say they're trying to set their goals for their health and fitness routines or whatever for 2019. What would you say would be the first step in setting out realistic goals for 2019 as far as your fitness goes?
I would say to join your goals class.
Right.
I know I'm definitely going to go through that class, because I could use a refresher on setting our goals for 2019.
Right. So sometimes when we're setting out fitness goals, I think the best thing to do is tap back into ourselves, as opposed to, you know, and I say this a lot in my intermittent fasting for women course, is don't go desperate. So don't watch the infomercials of the 20-year-old who is, I don't know, rocking a bikini or whatever, and you like emotionally connect to that because you think, oh gosh, I want to rock a bikini too. I mean, the reality is there are just certain things that happen to us as we age and have kids, and metabolism and decreased hormones and collagen and all these things that, like, I just don't wear clothes the same way I did in my 20s. So yes, would it be exciting to be able to have the opportunity to be infomercial worthy? Yeah, but I'm going to look different from that person. So I think the best thing to do is take a step back and go, what is my reality of my life? And it doesn't have to be like it's a Debbie Downer or depressing kind of thing, but be realistic. Like, what are you willing to do and or give up to achieve those goals? And before, we used to give up a lot of life to achieve a goal that lasted that long. And oftentimes what happens when a program is over, or the enthusiasm is over, or the excitement is over, or you start to get sore, you think, it's not worth it, and you throw in the towel. And it's mostly because you weren't doing something that was realistic or authentic to you in your life. So the one thing that Michael and I have really committed to is only doing things that we enjoy doing. And if it's not fun for us and it's not enjoyable, it doesn't matter what everybody else is saying or what everybody else is doing. We really stay true to us. And I'll tell you what, I've been a runner since I was in high school, and everyone tells me how bad running is for me. And man, the first thing that happens to me when I step away from running is I get bummed out and really discouraged about working out, because I love to run. And so I have to check in with that a lot. And Michael's the same way. Like, he's not the big runner guy, but man, he loves riding his Peloton bike and he loves doing his weightlifting. And it doesn't necessarily mean that he has to do it for 2 hours a day. He's factoring in the fasting and the feasting with this fitness component. And we're finding that you don't have to beat your body into the ground when you are factoring all aspects of your life being healthy and working toward your overall wellness.
Yeah, that's a good point, because, you know, if it's going to be a drag for you, it's going to be a drag. And every time you do it, it's going to be a drag. So, I mean, you really have to do something that you feel good about every day. I mean, it's the same thing with your food too. I mean, like, you could tell me all day long, Brussels sprouts is a fountain of youth. I'm just not going to eat it. I just can't stand them. I don't care how much butter you put on them or how you cook them. I don't like them.
Right.
So I'm not going to eat that to be healthy.
Right.
But I know there's a lot of healthy things I can eat that taste really good. I mean, we've discovered a lot of stuff over the past, couple of years that we love to eat, and we know we're doing good, and we're, maintaining weight, losing weight. We're doing, we're getting fitter, and we enjoy what we eat. We love to eat.
Right.
So it's not that punishment cycle you go through that we used to go through in the past, where you just restrict yourself so much that you can't wait to go back to your old thing.
Yeah, so I say the first thing to do when you're thinking about your 2019 health and fitness goals is be true to yourself. Don't jump on to the new fad thing or the desperate emotional desire you have to have the perfect body. Don't jump into that. Do a little soul searching. Engage in some things that bring true joy to you and that you enjoy participating in, because that will get you up every day and excited about what it is that you're doing. There's lots of great things that you can do now that are digital downloads. We have a Peloton bike. We absolutely love it. And I know not everyone has access to that. So a membership at the gym, a YMCA, take some cycling classes or some yoga classes or Pilates. And, research is now showing that with fasting and feasting correctly, a really vigorous walk is fantastic. And that's really what we teach in the F3 course, is that the skill of monitoring your heart rate is something that we really need to be good at, so that we know where we are working out at to get the maximum benefit for the effort that we're putting in. And we really do try to teach that in the F3 course as well. So be true to yourself and be realistic about what it is you're willing to do to get the results that you're looking for. Know that time and consistency is your best friend. 3-week hardcore something or other is going to last 3 weeks. And as soon as you stop the 3 weeks hardcore something or other, your body goes back to the way it was. So do something that will sustain the test of time for you, and don't have an end goal to it. So we work out indefinitely. There's no end date to what we're doing with our fitness. We're going to work out till the day we die, hopefully. And that is the best way to make sure that you are staying functionally fit. When you're setting your goals for yourself, they have to be realistic and they have to be measurable. So, I just set a goal to run a half marathon, and it wasn't realistic for where my body is today, and I gracefully backed out of it. And now I'm just reevaluating some new fitness goals for myself, and I'm making sure that I'm measuring my progress. How do you know if you're succeeding unless you have a way to measure it? So, I monitor my heart rate. Michael monitors his heart rate. We monitor our output levels. I'm constantly pushing, new intensities and new speeds on the treadmill. Michael's doing the same thing with his Peloton rides. So you have to make sure that you can measure things to make sure that you're actually moving in the direction that you want to move in. And that doesn't always necessarily mean that your physique is changing. That could mean that your resting heart rate's coming down, that you are, your high blood pressure is starting to normalize, that you're working out more efficiently with a heart rate that you're monitoring. You're huffing and puffing a little bit less. All of those things are really good ways to measure that what you're doing is actually reaping you some benefits. And then you want to make sure you have a reward system built in as well. So when you do, let's say you have a goal that you're going to work out 28 times in a 30-day period, or 26 times in a 30-day period, or whatever. Count that, mark that off on your calendar, keep notes about what you're doing, how you felt when you were working out. And when you get to the end of that month, have a reward system in place, and don't let the reward system counterbalance what you just did. So if you worked out for 30 days, don't go out and have appetizers and wine. Reward yourself with a new pair of shoes or a cute workout outfit, or I don't know, a new playlist or something that you're going to download. Reward yourself with a way to get you to that next month's set of goals, and don't derail yourself with your reward system.
Yeah, that's so true. It does have to be measurable, because if you think about it, I mean, we've all fallen into the trap of, this New Year's coming up, I'm going to be healthier. Well, that means absolutely nothing. I'm going to start working out. That means absolutely nothing. I'm going to start drinking more water. It means absolutely nothing. I'm going to start sleeping more. It means nothing unless you know how many hours you're going to sleep, how much water you're drinking. And that's something I still work on today, is like my water. Like I'm measuring it, but it's like, wow, I'm so behind. Even though I measured it, I'm so behind how much I should be drinking today. sleeping. You know, we all know now your cortisol levels are way high if you're not getting enough sleep. And rest. I mean, sometimes we measure the sleep, but we don't think about the rest. And I think they're two different things. I mean, because you need to sleep, but if you're working every day, if you work 3 weeks in a row and you're not getting a rest day, your cortisol levels are going to go up. So you have to really be mindful of that. And like Diane said, everything has to be measurable. For your workouts and things that you're doing in your workouts and where you're progressing, so you can have a timeline of that and it's measurable.
Yeah, and I always like to say don't make weight loss one of the things that you use to measure whether you're successful or not in your fitness program, because fitness doesn't always yield a weight loss result initially. Oftentimes, if fitness is new to you, your body, your muscles retain water as part of the repair process of what you're doing in your workouts, and you can actually have a little bit of a weight gain. And that doesn't mean that you're necessarily doing anything wrong. It just means your body system hasn't caught up to your good efforts yet. So try to make sure that the way you measure what it is that you're doing in your fitness routine is outside of a weight loss. Are you sleeping better? Is your heart rate more manageable? Are you in a better mood? Are you excited about what you're doing? Do you feel different in your own skin? Those are all really good ways to measure your fitness results outside of a weight loss. The weight will come off with time and consistency, especially if you're factoring this two other F's, and that's the fasting and the feasting well. You can't exercise away a bad diet. You can't exercise away bad lifestyle choices. You just can't. You will break your body down. So you have to make sure that you have yourself set up for all other aspects of your life as well. So the exercise that you're participating in is just an enhancement of all the other things that you're doing. So you want to find a way to de-stress and sleep better and all those kind of things as well. So I would say make sure when you're looking at your 2018 health and wellness goals, incorporating fitness is definitely something you want to think about. Make sure that what you pick is true to you and what it is that you enjoy doing. Don't chase desperate infomercials. Those can be very dangerous and very disappointing, and then you're going to end up thinking that you're a failure and you're not. You just picked the wrong thing. Make sure that you're setting realistic goals for yourself that are measurable. So you want to make sure that the time frame in which you're setting things up, I would say 30 days at a time. You want to work out X amount of times in that 30-day period, or whatever it is that you're going to set up for yourself. Make them short term in the beginning, and then check in with yourself so that you can measure that you're actually doing that. Did you actually work out the however many days that you said you were going to work out? Did you fast however many days you said you were going to fast and for the time period you wanted to do it? Did you feast correctly? Are you drinking water? All those things are a great way to measure whether you are actually doing what you said you wanted to do, and then have a really good reward system in place for yourself. We are immediate gratification kind of people, and sometimes when you're doing things correctly, the results come slowly. That's by design. We want them to stick, and sometimes when you do things too quickly or you do things too desperately, the results are short-lived. And that's not good for our body. That's when we start to wreak havoc on our hormones and our metabolism and all those kind of things. So set your reward systems up so that you have a way to reward yourself frequently when you reach your results, and then make sure that the reward system matches the goal. So don't treat yourself with food. Treat yourself with little things like a new watch band or a new pair of socks or a new water bottle, something that's going to help you be excited about your next month's goals for sure.
Yeah, and if there's a tip I can give you that'll help you, that helped me going into 2018, was I built momentum. I didn't start 2018 January 1. I mean, that is so hard to do. Build momentum. Start now.
Yes.
I mean, like tomorrow's December 1st. And
today's December 1st, isn't it? Oh, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. And, start today. Tomorrow at the latest, and you can build some momentum for that whole month. And then when you hit January, you're kind of used to it. February, you're into it. But
by March, you're home free.
Yeah. Because it's so hard. And another tip, don't let these trainers, you see these trainers, they just pound people into the ground and they make them feel like dirt, and you're going to get stronger, and you go home and you can't move a muscle. That's stupid. don't do that.
Yeah, ease
into it. That's why you can ease into it now if you build some momentum by starting today.
Yeah. And if you don't know what to do for your fitness and you don't understand why you're working out or how to manage your workouts or how to manage your progress, I highly recommend jumping into our F3 course. If you are a graduate of our Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, I do require that you complete that course first, so you have a basic foundation for your fasting and your feasting, because we want to get right back into that fitness part of things. So if you're a graduate, I highly recommend getting to the F3 course in December. So when January hits, you already have a routine down, you already have your momentum going, like Michael said, and you're ready to hit the ground running in January. And it will also help you get through the month of December by managing your stress and having a solid program for yourself. And if you need help with goal setting, our goal setting course starts December 10th. That's a really great course to get into as well. It will help you with your fasting and your feasting and your fitness. It's also going to help you just develop some really good, solid life goal skills, and it's what Michael and I have been doing for years. It's what we teach our kids how to do, and they're really proven steps to help you really define your goals and reach them, which is exactly why we want to set goals in the first place, to get ourselves into that forward motion of reaching what it is we say we want for ourselves. So lots of opportunities for us to help you guys over this next month and moving into 2019. Don't feel frustrated. Reach out to us if you have any questions. You can reach us at DianeParhamFitness.com, or you can reach out to us here on this page. We will circle back around for the next 24 hours and answer any questions or comments that come in. Don't suffer alone. Fitness should be a joy. Fitness should be a privilege. Fitness should be that thing that we really do think about where it will take us in the future, and stop beating ourselves over things we've done in our past. It's just not the way to be healthy about how it is we should be taking care of our bodies. And that single little mindset shift can really open up amazing opportunities for you to take care of your body and take care of your body well.
Yeah, and if you could set up, when you start doing your goals, especially if you take Diane's class, I'm sure you're going to teach them, you got to know what the why is, why you're doing it. And a lot of times you don't know what the why, you're just kind of going through the motion, but have a why. I mean, for us, it's our kids. I mean, we had kids at an older age, and we're going to be there with possible future grandkids. We're going to have to be rock solid on our fitness, right? So that's our why. So have a reason, and then the rest just will come naturally. You'll do it. You'll get your workouts done, and you won't even flinch on it.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you guys have a super fantastic weekend. Schedule in some fitness for yourself, or at least schedule some time in for yourself to sit down with a pen and a paper and write out what being able to move means to you, and what you want to do next week, next month, next year, next 5 years, next 10 years. How do you want your body to function for you? And there is some truth in the fact that if you don't use it, you will lose it. And we don't want any of you to lose any of the functionality that you have with your amazing bodies. And so you got to learn how to use it and keep it functioning for you to get you through what it is we hope will be a lifetime of movement. Thanks for joining us. We will catch you guys on the comment section. If you guys leave those for us, either here or on YouTube. If you have any questions, we're always here for you. Definitely feel free to reach out to us.